It's the Solomon Project, y'all. Where it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep that counts. I'm your host, Richard Burns. A few disclaimers before we get started. Where we at? We right here. That was the fair use disclaimer, and now we have the financial disclaimer, just in case. If I start blabbering about anything that has to do with finances or investing, I want to make sure you guys understand that it is for entertainment purposes only. Who that is? Hey, Professor. Glad you're here. I am glad you're here. And I want to thank you for that memorial. Yeah, I want to thank you for that memorial that you did for Professor. I can hear you loud and clear.
I did that memorial because it bothered me that woman can live for 111 years and this government still denies her restitution. And then they don't understand why the United States is suffering. Until that restitution is paid, this nation isn't going to get right.
Yep. Well, she's going to be on a long list of people that deserve restitution. I'll tell you that.
But she was alive and could prove it. And I think they felt threatened that she lived as long as she did. Now there's only one more survivor that's over 100 years old. Because her brother, who also made it to the only survivor left, also had a brother who made it to a little over 100 years old. And then he passed away before Viola did. So I feel like God allowed those people to live that long for a reason.
Well, maybe the timing was right on because of so many states that are eliminating important facts about our history. They're taking it out of the school systems, and then turning around and claiming that, hey, it wasn't so bad, or that never happened.
Yep.
But like you said, there's one more. And that was from Tulsa. One of many towns that were self-sufficient.
Yep.
Economically vibrant, too.
Yep.
Self-sufficient and economically vibrant. See, in Tulsa, there were men that were coming back from World War I, and we're talking about the members of the white community. Even though white is a construct, white isn't really a thing. But yeah, they got back from the war, and there was nothing for them in Tulsa. The where the real money was in the black community. That community was thriving financially, and there was some resent from these veterans, and all it took was some nonsense accusation, which wasn't unusual.
Yep.
I mean, there were places in the United States where, for just looking at, if you were black and you looked at a white person in the eyes, just for that, you can get arrested. Walking on the sidewalk, you have to step off. You have to step off in the mud, whatever it was, you have to step off. And there were a lot of crazy reasons to arrest black people and unfairly condemn them to prison and be part of some kind of money making machine for a warden at a prison. They put a stop. The business community put a stop to that because, of course, you were using the inmate population, and you had access to extremely cheap labor. So, you know,
Oh, okay.
yeah, the business community wasn't having that. So eventually they had to stop that. It took some time. It took some pressure within the political community, but they put a stop to that because of that.
Okay.
hmm And right now, the way it works with the prison and money is that there there are private entities that provide the prison with certain things, and that's how they make their money: foods, clothing. The private entities that sell to the prisons. And uh, just before Trump won the elections, if I'm not mistaken, if I can remember correctly, there was an increase in the investing amongst the billionaires with these private entities and private prisons.
Right.
Aha! Maybe they knew something, huh?
Yep.
Brandon, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Brandon was he had a death threat.
What?
Yeah, he had a death threat. I don't know if he'll show up tonight or not, but uh, I went to a live maybe a day or two ago, a night or two ago, and he had to get off the live to call the police because he had a death threat.
Was it somebody he knows or just some random person that got mad?
That I'm not sure of. I'm waiting. If he pops up, hopefully he'll give us the details. And it was over politics. And I suspect that the person that threatened him was MAGA.
That's not a shock.
That part isn't, huh?
Nope.
I'm glad you brought up your journey through your business and how tough it could be.
Yeah, because I got to write terms and conditions before I can put that website live, and that's going to take me a day or so. Because come to find out,
Hey,
people can come
BDB,
after me.
hey, TD Knives, how's it going? Yeah, see, because I was a business owner, I
Not
understand the
paying no
struggle.
lawyer. Yeah, I'm not paying no lawyer 600 to do that. No.
Yeah, you see, and I understand because people don't get it. People don't understand how
Nope.
tough it is, and but they're quick to put their hand out. Or, and this is an example I like to use, when you get to the point where you start hiring people,
That won't be for a long time for me, though. But keep going. It
hey,
gets
Stone
comfortable.
Cold, hey, from the SIP. Yeah, no, but I'll tell you what, that's something you really need to prepare for psychologically because dealing with people, that's the toughest.
The psychological part is half of it. It's when one lady on YouTube was talking about how she hired people and forgot to put up the signs and sign up for workers comp and nearly got herself in some deep crap.
Yeah.
Once
Oh, yeah.
somebody works for you, you have to have that.
Yes, you do.
And
Hey,
I know,
Sunflower.
and I know this being Washington State, I would have to start them off at least $20 an hour
Yeah,
because this is
all
Washington.
and that's going to impact the cost of your product.
It
Now,
will.
now, in your local area, to price your product in your local area, the challenge would be against the major manufacturers. You could work your way around that through good marketing. And let me tell you how magical marketing can be, okay? I remember in the mid to late 70s when soccer was becoming a big deal in this country,
Yep.
there was a wave of sneakers coming in from Europe, Adidas, because that was
Yep.
a popular sneaker associated with soccer, and because soccer was growing, this sneaker was becoming a big deal. Fine,
Right.
but it was very expensive, comparatively speaking. Now, U.S. sneaker makers decided, because their sales were decreasing because people were favoring this exotic new brand from another country, and of course, it becomes like a status symbol. So
Right.
somebody would think that, oh well, if we price our sneakers less, our sales are going to increase because they're cheaper. Well, guess what? That's not what they did. They did just the opposite. American sneakers raised their prices to match the price of the exotic sneaker, and their sales went up.
Oh.
Yeah. How odd, huh?
Yep.
So you raised the price and made more sales. That's all due to marketing. So marketing can be a huge help. And it's something to consider. It's gonna be a cost, but those costs can be um, used to your favor when you do your taxes for your business. Okay.
See, my business hasn't made a profit for a second year in a row, and I know the IRS gonna have a fit, so I have to turn in the receipts.
Right.
Here's the bad news with homemade soap: you're never gonna turn a profit on this right away.
Right. And most businesses are like that.
This ideal that you think I made all this money, you can go research it. They'll go in your bank accounts. I said, be my guest. They'll only see the money I made with the federal government.
Yeah.
Hate to tell you, I ain't making no money. I'm just letting you know.
Oh well. See, now you're segueing into what I was originally going to talk about, which
I, wor-
is
I worry about that, but my husband researched it and said they technically can't come after you because you haven't
no,
sold.
they
But he
can't come
said,
after you.
but he's saying, but you do need to itemize all them receipts of stuff you bought, though. I'm like,
Yeah,
true.
I'll tell you right now, the way the IRS works, it's all computerized, and there are certain things that will trigger off red flags, but you're not going to have to worry about that. There's there are things that will cause red flag because it's the computer goes through. Happy birthday, Sunflower.
See, the thing that ticked me off is that I only registered this business December of last year.
Yeah.
Then the IRS comes back talking about some you owe us revenue. If revenue is made in a calendar year, you expected me in 11 days, the last 11 days to make money?
They just want you to
No.
report. They just want you to report. That's
which
it.
I which I did. And they're like, well, we don't know what to do with your case. Now, this year I messed up a lot of batches of soap, meaning it was lye heavy, so I could not sell it. And I
Right.
sent it to you and DeAndre for free because I needed people to try it. And
Right.
ever since I've expanded and people are like, you need to start selling this, I'm like, I agree. So 2026 will be a big hustler year. My
Right.
biggest concern is these terms and conditions and how I'm going to ship the stuff at this point.
And those are all costs associated with doing business. So therefore, those are all things that you can write off
Yeah,
from your business.
stamps.com. Yeah, I got to sign up for them sometime soon. And they give you a scale to weigh the product because you got to weigh it to know how much shipping's going to cost, I think.
Right.
And then,
I think they send you a scale, right?
oh, they do, but I need to sign up first.
Okay. Now, that's probably going to be a subscription.
Yep, it will be.
Okay. Now, you probably already know this, but I'm going to say it out loud so that everybody can understand. It's best to keep all your business in one business account. Boom. All
Oh,
your
I know.
transactions, all your transactions can easily be um, followed or whatever. Even for your accountant can easily see right through the bank. They could see all your expenses.
I'm trying to figure that out. Do I do LegalZoom? Do I do QuickBooks? That's the part that's really stressing me out. Not the IRS, but this whole how do I keep that stuff streamlined?
If you can find a business owner that can recommend one for you, that might be better
Okay.
because those. Oh, that's awesome. Sip got his domain name. So what would because not those popular accounting firms or accounting apps or whatever they are, they they follow within certain parameters, but there are things outside of those parameters that you can use, but through those apps you're not made aware of those things.
True.
And when I did set up my um, when I did set up my business entity, I went through a tax attorney. So I was shown things that my previous CPA had no clue about.
That's what people have to be careful about, those CPAs. I think I looked into that a little bit because there's stuff that they don't know that they should know. So that's where it can get suspect.
Right. And you could wind up getting a red flag. Matter of fact, there was uh there was someone doing the taxes for truck drivers in New York City, and he got nailed. I don't know if he got convicted yet, but he got nailed pretty hard for um, the creative stuff he was doing with their taxes to try to minimize how much they were going to pay. But they all got red flagged, and now he's facing time for that. The dude that was preparing him,
Yep.
but he wasn't a CPA though.
Oh,
However, for yeah, because there are some people who do stuff for what's that? What's that popular tax preparer that they announce on the TV all the time that a lot of people go to? What's that?
I can't think of it, but I know what you're talking about. I go through LegalZoom for all my legal docs. And
Mm-hmm.
LegalZoom does have a subscription you can buy where they keep up with your transactions.
Yeah,
I gotta consider that though.
definitely.
I'm mulling over if I want to, outside of Wix, if I want to sell my soap
Yeah,
or have people pay as an option through PayPal and Cash App.
you could do that if you want to. Uh, um, PayPal and Cash App now have to report to the IRS whenever you yourself receive a certain amount of money.
Which I
Yeah.
appreciate that they have to report it. That way the IRS can't play stupid about it.
Right. That'll all be part of your tax preparation. What you receive through your Cash App or PayPal, and they're going to have to do the math with your expenses. And the real trick is going to be on what you declare to be your expenses. That's what's going to
Yeah.
be the big deal.
Oh yeah. I've seen the 1099. That's an insane form because the first year when I had no expenses, the IRS was shocked. I'm like, I only registered this business December 20th. So from the
Yeah,
20th to the 31st of 2024, you can't expect me to have made revenue. That's stupid.
it is. Matter of fact, a lot of businesses don't make revenue for years, so
See
they shouldn't
that
be surprised.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what the hell? My husband said all you have to do is itemize everything you've been buying on Etsy, Amazon, all these sites. That's all you have to do.
And it should be, you know what? And if you've been purchasing these things, hey, rising. If you've been purchasing these things through your bank account, then it's all there as an expense.
But I haven't been though. I just been randomly buying it. I don't even
That's
have a
okay.
business account. But I
That's
know my
okay.
husband said that's okay, but you still got to report it. I said I
Right.
agree.
Well, it's to your advantage to report it. You don't have to, but
Oh,
it's to
I'm
your
going
advantage.
to. Oh, I'm going to, boo boo.
Right. Yeah.
But I know for a fact because I've already talked because I got this security clearance, so you can't have debt. My
Right.
security said that if you have debt under $10,000, they can't do anything to you.
Right.
I haven't accumulated debt on this business.
Right. Right.
It's bothered me that I've messed up so many batches of soap, but at that time I was getting sick, and oh well, that's what happens in soaping.
But that's business.
That's business. You're gonna take some losses.
Absolutely. That's business.
Yep.
And that's the part of business that a lot of people don't equate with you having a business.
And please
So,
don't pay yourself out right away. I don't even plan to pay myself a salary in 2026 or 2027.
well, if you pay yourself, it wouldn't be under an LLC. It would be under a um, different corporate structure.
Exactly, but it's an LLC, so I'm not giving myself a salary.
No, your LLC is your salary.
Well, yeah.
Different, different from an S corp, for example. Let
I
me
guess
explain
what
you.
I'm saying is before you get to the explanation, I only plan to accumulate money and pay the taxes on it. I don't plan to take out any for my normal expenses. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. Well, the way it works with the LLC is everything that comes in minus whatever business expense that went out, whatever's left over, that's what you made personally. That's your salary.
Yeah.
So let's say, okay, yeah, Rising is asking that maybe you can share what went wrong for others to new to soap making. Okay, yeah, but before she does
Yeah.
that, I want to explain,
Yeah, I wanted you to explain that. Yeah.
yeah, that okay, so you make you have $300,000 that came into your business,
Right.
uh, and you used 100,000 as your expense. So 300 minus 100 is 200,000. So that's your salary. That's your income. That'll be your taxable bracket. You're up there. Okay. Now,
Okay.
with an S corp, that's a different story,
Ooh,
especially
wait.
in a blue state,
Oh
which you're
yes, which I'm in. Unfortunately, that's why I went LLC.
okay. So with an S corp, okay. So with the LLC, you generated 300, you spent 100, you're left with 200. You're getting taxed for making 200,000. In an S corp, you bring in 300, you spent 100, but how much are you getting taxed?
Ooh,
Oh, well, as an S corp, you're the employee of your S corp, and you make a salary like an employee. So if you pay yourself 60,000 for the year, they'll be taxing 60,000 as your salary, not 200,000.
oh,
So let's do the math. 300 in, 100 definitely goes out for expenses. That is uh, that's a write-off for your taxes.
right.
You got your salary, which is 60. So 200 minus 60, that's 140,000 remaining of your business.
Right.
So you're not going to get taxed on 200,000. You're not going to be in that bracket. You'll be in a much higher tax bracket if you're bringing in 200,000. You're in a much lower tax bracket because you're making 60,000 as the employee.
Right.
Lower tax bracket. $200,000 a year, you might be in the 31% tax. 60,000, you might be in the 26% tax. Lower tax bracket.
Right.
But there's some more juicy stuff going on. You can have health care, and depends, you want to make sure that you got the right type of health care that will allow you to open up an HSA, a healthcare savings account, which is actually an investment account that you can use to provide you with money if necessary to cover for whatever your healthcare plan does not. But that HSA is gaining interest on your investment. And guess where it's coming from? The remaining 140,000. What does that mean? That means that the IRS is not taxing you for 140,000, it's taxing you for less now because the other portion is going into the HSA. Oh, more savings. Okay, but wait, there's more. So now you open up a retirement account with your S corp that you can deposit. I don't remember how much, but it's something in the order of 50,000 a year for you, the employee. What? Okay, so we went from 140 down to about 75,000 that your corporation will be taxed on.
Mm-hmm.
But you personally have an HSA that's a investment generating generating profit, and you got the retirement account generating profit. I think it's 52,000 a year. It's called a SEP IRA. I can check. But in the meantime, while I check, um, there we go.
What was from the sip talking about? You said something about soap making. Somebody brought, maybe it was him, or somebody brought up something about soap making.
Here, I'll put it up on the screen if you could see it.
Oh, it was Rising Phoenix. Maybe you can share what went wrong for others new to soap making. Wow, that's a whole new can of worms. That's a hard question to answer. That's going to vary from person to person. Sometimes it's all a matter of ordering from suppliers who don't get stuff to you on time. It's writing your terms and conditions because you have to do that. And I didn't know that until I just set up my Wix site. And so I went to read other soapers' terms and conditions, but do not copy and paste another soapers' terms and conditions. Don't do that, because if that person hired a lawyer to help write those, for example, you're legally liable. There's a creator on YouTube named Vanessa Lau that took some of someone else's terms and conditions, and the next thing you know, she got a nice little phone call from a lawyer saying, "Hey, we know you took this from such and such website." In my case, for example, the stickers that are going to go on each package, I tried to order from a local business, but each time I've tried to talk to this woman the last few times, she does the complete opposite of what I need. So although I had to pay her and she fulfilled the stickers, I'm going to have to give them away free in my package because she did not do what I needed to be done. So I wasted money on stickers, and maybe it's not a waste because they're promotional, but I didn't want to do promotional stickers, if that makes sense. You have to know when to go through something. You're talking about the soap making itself. uh some soap can be what's called lye heavy. That's when you cut it and it crumbles, or the lye doesn't completely mix in. There's no way to salvage that soap, so you have to toss it because it will burn people's skin.
That's a loss that you can claim.
That I now know I didn't know at the time, but I still have receipts to prove that I bought the stuff. So that's the thing with soap making, knowing when to buy the right equipment. I need to make a soap making essentials video to show what equipment you can buy. I'll give you an example. When you're mixing lye, you want to be mixing it with a spoon that is stainless steel. Never mix lye with aluminum or copper because it will react bad and cause a bad chemical reaction. And that's the same thing if you mix and make soap in a stainless steel pot. Because I have one from years ago that I did mix with a stainless steel. Because sometimes they'll tell you stuff is stainless steel and it isn't. You got to know what equipment to buy and not to buy. So now I know this is a video that I need to make on what equipment to buy and what not to buy. And also, knowing soap making, you need to know the difference between a fragrance oil and an essential oil. Essential oils come from all natural stuff. Yeah, that cat gonna get on my nerves, so I gotta go feed her in a few minutes. I knew she'd do this as soon as I started talking. Essential oil comes from all natural plants and it's cold pressed, whereas a fragrance oil could have some natural and some synthetic things. When you're making soap, both essential and fragrance oils could speed your soap up depending on the manufacturer, but a fragrance oil will almost always speed up your soap because of the synthetic compounds. So be careful with that. So give me a minute, Solomon. I'll be right back. I gotta feed this dang cat because I knew she was gonna do that. Be right back.
Super cool. Go ahead. Phoenix, did you get that? You guys still here or what? Let me know if y'all's is here. Oh yeah. Checking on something right now, right here, right now. And almost forgot what it was. Almost. So I got distracted. I'm going to do a quick audio check. I'm going to do a quick audio check. Looking good. Looking good.
I'm back and somebody's smoking some fantastic meat. One of my neighbors. That can't be the wood oven. Somebody's smoking something delicious.
Damn. It's like that.
Yep, I opened the door for that dang cat too. The second I'm in the middle of something, she'll pull her nonsense, and there was food in her bowl. Know why she does that? And no, my
That's you.
husband got to go to work tonight. But yeah, there's a lot of nuances to soap making, so it's
I want to
killing.
hit this.
You
Oh, I'm
want to
sorry.
hit
Go ahead.
what? No, I was good.
I wanted to hit about the SEP IRA, the contribution.
Yep.
And then I want to go back to a perception that I was going to talk about, but I took off to a different tangent. But
Go
with the
ahead.
SEP IRA, see, with most people,
Right.
when they contribute to their 401k, if they're employed, their maximum is somewhere around 25,000. However, you owning a business, if you had a what was that corporate structure I mentioned? The
Best core.
the S corp. If you had an S corp, you can open up a SEP IRA for yourself, being the employee, and your business can contribute to you 25% of your salary or $70,000 a year, whichever is less. Okay, listen carefully now. That's a
Okay.
huge difference between the 401 and a SEP IRA
Okay.
because you're contributing up to 70,000 or 25% of your salary. So you're ahead of the game when it comes to a contribution to your retirement account. So it's a big deal, and that money that's deposited is from your business, and therefore it's also like an expense. So the HSA is an expense. The contribution to your retirement account is an expense, along with your other expenses.
Right.
Things might have changed. I don't know, and that's why you really need to sit down with a. I would preferably go to a tax attorney to sit down and have them prepare your taxes and let them recommend some stuff, as opposed to just a regular accountant.
I bet that costs some money though.
It costs more, but guess what? That's another expense. Now, I want to cover the question of perception when you own a business.
Yep.
I like to use the supermarket as an example. Supermarkets are businesses that have a low margin of profit, tight margin. The importance of the tight margin is that they can't. They have to watch every penny. They can't afford too many losses because it would be tremendously detrimental to their business.
Yep.
So here we go. Here we go with a cashier who sees all this money coming in, right? She sees all this money coming in, talks to the other cashiers. Wow, I got X amount through my cash register, and the other one's saying, wow, but I got this. And when they add it up, these numbers are really big when they add it up.
Right.
And now they're looking at the owner like, whoa, dude, you're bringing in like some big bank. But they don't see the expense side. They don't see the water bill. They don't see the electric bill. They don't see the property tax. They don't see the workman's comp that they have to pay.
Oh yeah, you got employees, you better pay that. That one woman said that state, whatever she was in, came down hard on her behind because she was just hiring people and didn't set that up.
Yes. Yes. You will
Don't
get
do that.
paid.
Yeah,
No, hell.
you will get hammered for that. Don't play that game.
Those are expenses that people don't understand that a business owner has.
Yep.
What about security, the cameras, the system that it's built on? So people might see on the surface, they might see something. And like, for example, when somebody goes to your website, oh, I've been on Tara Helm's YouTube page. I've been on Solomon Project's page, and this is the same Tara that they call the professor. Oh wow, look at this website. She's selling. Oh, she got a business. Oh my gosh, she's loaded. She's loaded. Right off the rip, you're loaded.
That too.
They don't know what your expenses are. They don't know the struggle of making soap and making it so that you can maintain some quality control so that there's a consistency in the quality of your soap. They don't know about the batches of soap that went bad, that you couldn't sell. They don't know anything about that. They just see a business and your name attached to that business. And that's it. You're loaded. You're part of the billionaire class. And one of the reasons why I say when you're on your journey and you're acquiring that wealth, dress down and drive a bucket.
See, I don't wear and haven't bought brand name in God knows how many years before I got a business.
Mm-hmm.
Then now that newer Honda that I paid off, which is 2020, which it ain't all that new anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I only got that because my 2013 Honda got rammed from behind by a woman who was not paying attention when she was behind me. And you
Right.
know, once you hit someone and you were behind them, it's hard to fight that. So
Right.
I had to get a new vehicle.
Right.
Other than that, I don't plan to get one anytime soon and doing my best to take care of the one I have.
Right. But you do understand what I say when I say that,
Yeah.
because everybody's while they're looking at you, they got their calculator in one hand.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And let's say you do make it to the big time. Let's say you're up there.
I'll still be driving Honda CRVs.
There you go. And then um, the risks that you took, the struggles that you made, the sacrifices that you made to get where you are.
Right.
Nobody takes account of that. Nobody takes account of that. No,
They don't.
it's Tara Helms. She made it. Now we know who to go cry to. Tears, go cry crocodile tears and get some.
I'll give you an example. Over the holidays, I normally get texts and calls from my family. This year, crickets. Nobody contacted me. Bank, let this business make money and it get back to them.
Phone gonna be ringing off the hook.
It will be. I'm like, how the hell did you get my number first off? And they'll be like, oh, no, we're not that close. How you get my number?
Right. How did we suddenly become so close? What happened?
Close. What happened? Yeah.
What sparked this intense relation? Hey, Lisa J.
You know, I found out, for example, if you buy homemade soap from me, technically, because it's a cosmetic, when you open it, it cannot be refunded
Oh, I didn't know that.
because you've already used it. So it's very hard to refund certain homemade things.
That's good for you because I know people who will purchase stuff just to borrow it, send it back to get their money back. Yeah,
Which with retail clothing and shoes, they can do that
right.
because that stuff can be upcycled. But I found out looking at some terms and conditions with soap, you're not, even when I Googled it and it came up on their Gemini, you're technically not ever supposed to allow them to return it. They can get a refund in certain cases.
Yep.
Can't return it though.
I want to quickly go back and give some people an idea, right? Because I don't give advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. But
Yeah.
if you're on this this channel and you happen to be here now or you listen to it later at some point, keep this in mind. Can you get a loan without being charged interest?
No.
Okay. People do that all the time. They lend the federal government money and don't get a penny back for lending them that money. How does this happen? When they do their W-4.
Yep.
If you're gonna apply to a new job or whatever the case is, or you can even adjust it, go have a seat with an accountant. Tell your accountant if you plan on using the 401k that they provide for you. It's more of a benefit for the company than it is for you, believe it or not.
Right.
Because again, that's an expense for the corporation. So they allow up to a certain amount that they can contribute per person, right? Okay, so here it is. So now sit with an accountant, tell the accountant, I want to max out my 401. So instead of putting 0 on your exemption, he'll tell you how many people to put as your, what do they call that? Dependents.
Dependence, yeah.
So your accountant can break it down for you. He can say, hey, put X amount. Now, people get nervous about that for some reason. The most important thing is that by the end of the year, you don't owe the IRS, but they don't owe you either. So you want to break even.
Right.
But now you can max your 401k and still bring home a paycheck that was roughly the same amount as you did when you were only contributing 2%, 3%. Yeah. But now it's going toward your 401k. Now, keep in mind, a Roth IRA, here's the difference. Roth IRA has a cap as to how much you can contribute per year, unless you're doing a catch-up, which is after you're 50 years old. But if you're contributing to your Roth IRA, you can contribute, I think it's up to $7,500. I don't know how much it is now. Might have changed. It's been a while. I gave up my license in 2010, so it's been a while. It's been 15 years. And the thing is, whatever you contribute has already been taxed. So your contribution to a Roth has already been taxed, whereas in a 401, it hasn't been taxed yet.
Right.
So you can withdraw your principal from the Roth without having any tax issues. Can't do that with the 401 prior to 59 and a half.
Right.
But when 59 and a half comes through and you want to withdraw, everything in your 401 is taxable. Whatever you contributed, whatever the company contributed, and whatever it gained.
Right.
Not the Roth. The Roth, you get to keep the whole thing.
Oh.
Also, let's say you go visit your doctor at age 70 and he's telling you you're going to live at least another 20 years. Oh, well, with the 401, the way it used to work, I don't know if it's still that way, but after you're 70 and a half, if you still have that account, whatever you earn gets taxed at a rate of 50%.
Right.
Not in a Roth IRA. Roth IRA, you don't get taxed at 50%. You can continue accumulating and hold on to that account. And once again, once you want to withdraw the whole thing, no taxes. That's the advantage of the Roth. But like I said, it's capped at a much lower amount per year than the 401.
Okay.
What that looks like at the end of 30 years, all depends. Now with the Roth, there are some platforms that will allow you to pick and choose ETFs and stocks and bonds. So you can dictate how you want your money distributed, as opposed to having a professional do it. And the rate that professionals get is somewhere between 3 and 6% per year. But I highlighted Omar's account, well above that.
Right.
Tony T's well above that. Oh, retired in what way, Lisa? I'm not retired from anything. I look like I am. I look like I should be, but I'm not retired. You know, Lisa, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. By the way, Lisa has her own channel, Professor, dedicated to stocks, stock trading, stock purchasing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I had to ask you a question. I was glad to come to your live because I looked this word up. I want to put in my terms and conditions an indemnity clause.
An indemnity clause, yep.
What the heck does that word mean? When I look it up, it confuses me.
It's like insurance against loss.
Oh, because I do have an insurance company that I got through Next Insurance called Next Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, it protects you against loss, and you even get compensated.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I've been had that insurance. Y'all ain't coming after me.
Again.
Them things gonna be because somebody will try you at some point. Just like
Of
with
course.
that medical statement I'm gonna make saying that at no point in time did am I promising any miraculous recovery or anything with this soap.
Yeah. 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 Uh, Especially in a contract, there'll be an indemnity clause in a contract
Yep.
so that uh, you're not burdened with all the loss in case something goes wrong. Like for example, if something's being shipped to you and you make a contract with the person that's shipping it, it could be lost at sea. So, you know, are
Okay.
you
So
going to be
indemnity is just loss then,
Yeah,
which
pretty much.
means I need to address international customers
Yeah,
because it can
absolutely.
get lost at customs.
Absolutely. So that's the type of thing, it's got to be a legally binding contract between you and if there is a loss, you can share in the loss, or you can be compensated for that loss. It's got to be detailed though, between your attorney and their attorney. They got to come to terms, because of course, there's some things that are it's out of the control of the shipper. If a boat get caught in a storm and sinks, or some of the containers fall off, and one of those containers happens to be where your product is
I have another thing to say about what Rising Phoenix asked about now that we're talking about insurance. I
in.
pay 50, I think $50 a month for Next Insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful about joining soap making guilds because they make you pay these high couple $100 dues. And their attitude about it is, oh, well, that's because it covers you for insurance. But if an insurance company is saying
Insurance. It sounds like insurance for insurance. What the hell? That's what it sounds like.
that's what it is, and it's stupid because you're paying a couple $100 more when you can just go for an insurer like Next Insurance that covered that specific thing, and they're going to
Yeah.
do it for cheaper for the same thing. Up
Yeah.
front, you got to pay a certain fee, but other than that, this whole paying a couple $100, I would never join a soap guild. I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just
Right.
saying find an insurer that can insure that's going to cost you a lot less than a soap guild. I'm not
Right.
joining one. I'm not.
No. Listen. If it doesn't make any financial sense, then don't.
It don't. I'm up here reading. Well, you want to get it for the insurance. I'm like, this is stupid. I just found insurance for cheaper than this. Denied.
Right. Right. Yeah. There are so many financial products out there just trying to get into your pocket.
Yep.
And I'm a believer. Nobody has to agree to this, and many don't. But I'm a believer that life insurance is one of those products.
Yeah.
I'm a believer that life insurance is not necessary.
See, my husband pushes back on that too, in part because on my LES for the government, they already take a certain thing for what's called Fed GLI or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been insurance taken out on me automatically on what's called my leave and earnings statement, what we get from the federal government because I work for the Fed.
Yeah, businesses tend to get insurance on their employees. Um, Again, that's part of the business's expense, but it's to cover in case that employee is essential for keeping the business operating at a particular level.
Okay.
So that insurance is there. It's not a coverage for you individually in case something happens to you and you get paid from this insurance. No, it's for the business
Okay.
to make up for that gap in production. Now, while you're making it to the big time. Yeah. You see, these are the things.
I learned a lot of things that people don't know. I won't say the name, but I've seen a British soap maker on YouTube use titanium dioxide as a white colorant.
Hmm.
Technically, in Europe, you are not supposed to, there's a governing body that you are not supposed to have any trace of titanium dioxide in your soap. That changed fundamentally how I'm going to make soap because I want to sell it on every continent. So now I can't put titanium dioxide in most of or any of my soaps. But if I made a soap with titanium dioxide and sent it to Asia, I could sell it there. Africa could sell it there. Better not send that to Europe.
Okay.
See, you have to know these little things. I studied all this while I
Exactly.
was, yeah. See what I'm saying?
And oh, Tara got it easy. She owns a business.
No, I
She's
don't.
making bank. I hope she's not one of these greedy business owners, right?
Right.
Because sure, you're not doing any homework. You're not taking any risk, right? All you're doing is posting up a name, and that's it. The money's just pouring in. You're
For
bathing.
for example, do you know why I decided not to buy those cheap things? There's these little packages you can buy where you
Hmm.
put your soap in plastic, and to tighten it up, you can just take a hair dryer and it'll tighten it to the soap bar. Know why
Yep.
I won't wrap my soap in plastic?
Why
Years
not?
ago, when I was a sailor, I visited the country of Malaysia and I love that country.
Hmm.
Malaysia has just decided that it wants nothing to do with plastic coming from the United States.
Coming from the U.S. Okay, that's interesting.
Therefore, because I always want to eco wrap my stuff anyway, none of my soaps will ever be wrapped in plastic. That one country changed everything. Don't get
Look
me
at
wrong, I didn't want to do it anyway, but
But it's
I
so
don't
easy.
want it's so easy to just not wrap it in plastic. Now I
It,
buy soap
it's, so,
wrapped in
it's
plastic.
so easy to do what Tara does.
You have to know these things because you could be
Yeah,
breaking the law shipping stuff outside of the US and not know it
yeah, and guess how you find out that you're breaking the law? With a nice little letter from some lawyer from somewhere.
somewhere. Yep.
And guess what? If you got to defend yourself, where's that money coming from? Oh, it's not free. Legal
Nope.
representation ain't free.
Nope.
Oh, what about if somebody sends a letter claiming that they got an allergic reaction from your soap?
Oh, that's going to be addressed as the medical statement
Yeah,
too.
and that could be a complete lie. But guess what? You may still have to come out the pocket to defend yourself. Maybe.
That's why you have to have them terms and conditions up on that site.
Oh, so there's more homework.
Yeah, I'm
So
going to
it's
have
not
an
just
allergen. Yeah, it's going to be an allergen statement in here.
so it's not just start a business and that's it.
Nope, I've gone to some soap people today and I was shocked that they don't have an allergen statement. I'm like, y'all are not very bright because that would be one of the first things I'm putting in terms and conditions. I'm letting people know if you're allergic
And
to
that and
any
that's for free,
kind of
right? The printing on the package is free, right? Right? The printing on
right,
the package is free? Yeah,
right,
right.
right.
Expense after expense. Expense after expense.
You just reminded me I'm gonna have to buy them stickers that somebody made on Etsy too, saying that this is made in a facility that has this, and this. You're not gonna play me for stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, and you're operating a small business, and look at all the stuff you got to go through just to operate a small business.
Yep.
But the people around you who have never owned and operated a business, they won't understand.
Nope.
And what happens is that your community, well, you can have several communities, but you will have one community that's specifically business related. And who knows, that might be the one community that you will gravitate to the most, communicate with the most, hang out with the most.
Right.
And you're not going to have time for other people in other communities. And it's because it's a learning process.
It
There's a lot
is.
you need to learn. And while you're learning, you still have a job, but you still have to apply what you've learned toward your business. And that takes up time. Oh, look at Tara. She's all stuck up. She don't know nobody no more. No, it ain't that. Is that in order for you to get the most out of this risk that you're taking, because it is a risk. You already mentioned one risk. We've already mentioned two risks. Getting your ingredients on time, and that nothing goes wrong with your ingredients, your indemnity clause,
Yep.
and bobbing and weaving these litigious attorneys, bobbing and weaving.
Yep. This is why I let my soap cure for 8 weeks, and it's going to be mentioned in that statement as well. Because the longer that cures, it's least likely to burn you. People who be selling soap after 30 days, they're just trying to hurry up and make a profit. That's going to come back to bite them one day. Now, I'm not saying that soap can't cure in 4 weeks. What I am saying is in 8 weeks, it's
Right.
least likely to cause harm. Like that soaper that I sent you some soap from called Butter agreed with me. And now I
Water.
know Butter is, they let their soaps cure for 8 weeks minimum.
Look at that. I didn't even know that soap had to be cured.
Yes, it does.
I just buy soap. When I go in the store, I buy soap. I don't know nothing about it.
Yep, it has to cure it. That's the curing process allows the lye to get out, because once the oils and fats that have mixed, it's gone through a process called saponification, but you
Mm-hmm.
still got to let it cure to get out.
Okay.
If you're worried about cure time, always ask a shop how long they allow their soap to cure. If they give you under 4 weeks, don't ever buy it.
That lie's going to be cooking up your skin, huh?
Yes, it will be. There's no way soap can cure in under 4 weeks. It's not chemically possible. No.
Look at that. So do these big corporations, do they use some kind of process to speed that up?
Yes, just like they use processes to, I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
When you're using most soaps and it gives you that temporary cleanliness and lather, they're using something called sodium lauryl sulfate.
I've seen that on the label.
Yep.
I've seen that a lot on the liquid soaps,
Yep.
on the
What
body
what
wash.
I Yep, what I call potassium hydroxide soap. The hard bar soap is called sodium hydroxide.
Haha.
Ah, yes. See, Washington State is an eco state, or claims to be. So that's why I make bar soap, because I feel like in the future it's going to get increasingly hard unless you can get sustainable plastic, if that's such a thing, to make potassium hydroxide soap.
Haha.
Pay
See?
attention to what's on the label because even these big corporations can be making you sick. They just know to put the right amount.
Right.
And you know what I found out about homemade soaps too? That technically you're not legally
Big now.
bound to put the ingredients on the label. Go look it up. I do to save my own behind.
Yeah, because guess what? It's not just your customers you got to watch out for, it's your competitors as well.
Yes.
Your competitors can be setting you up to fail. Yeah.
Yep.
Corporate espionage.
Yep.
That's a big deal. Those non-disclosure agreements that people sign off when they take on a job is to avoid that very thing. It's
Yep.
supposed to be to avoid that very
It's supposed to be. Yeah.
not that some people don't get some corporate owners get funky.
Yeah, some of them do be getting stankin'. I even in Hollywood, hearing about people signing NDAs to get into mansion parties. I'm like, as soon as you tell me that, I'm turning around.
That's your cue right there.
Yeah, because why would you not want me to have my cell phone unless you know you about to do some illegal stuff? Then film me, but I can't film myself defending myself. No.
That's right. They'll have their security cameras in there and drop a little bit of AI on it. The way
Yep.
things are now with that deep fake stuff. Woo, hell no. That is dangerous.
Yep. There have been some high-end soapers on YouTube who've had people try to come after them. I'm like, you got to be careful about making content. All that. That's the now there's a thing I found out called social media insurance, which I'll get one day. I'm not gonna get it right now. You laughing?
No, I you mentioned it before.
You'll be amazed. There's been a few cases I think where people who got that insurance actually won in court.
Yeah.
We're in a whole new world and whole new territory. If you're making stuff just talking about soap and stuff, that's why I'm gonna make a lot of disclaimers on that. Y'all ain't gonna get me.
Yeah. That listen. Um, I was a business owner.
Oh yeah, I know. And weren't you like a landlord at one point too?
Yeah.
And
I
that
owned
really
property.
sucks. I would there's a whole lot of pages and pages of disclaimers you gotta write for them darn leases. God bless you, man.
Listen to how crazy it is. One of your tenants. Uh, One of your tenants invites a family member, not on the lease, come stay over. Fine. Your property manager tells you, hey, we got an increase in water bill on such and such property.
Right?
Really? I wonder why. Well, no need to wonder because you just discovered that one of your tenants allowed a family member or two to stay at the house for a while.
Right?
A while is becoming months. Okay, so it would be only fair to increase the rent to compensate for that consumption of water. They're not trying to hear it.
That's true.
They're not trying to hear it. Well, then I'm going to have to evict that person. Or I want that person to leave, but no, you got to go through a court proceeding to get them out. Why? Because they stayed at the house for more than 3 days and they started accepting mail.
Yep, you gotta know all of that. And heaven forbid they start squatting.
It's a wrap.
a wrap.
And it's all legal, and it's all coming out of your pocket.
Yep.
And in the meantime, if that same tenant decides, well, you're being unfair, so I'm not going to pay the rent. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
That messes landlords up though, because you need that rent to cover other certain
If you got a
expenses.
mortgage on that property, you sure as hell do.
Yep.
And the crazy thing is, if you purchased the property when it was more expensive, then the rents you have to charge have to be higher also. Might be higher than the rents that are being paid by comparable properties in your area. But you didn't buy the property when it was worth $100,000. You bought the property when it was $500,000.
Yep.
Did you put 20% down on $500,000? Or did you go through an FHA, put 3% down, which means that now you have to get PMI insurance? PMI insurance is great for the bank, because if for some reason you fail, the PMI will kick in and they'll get their principal. And you get your score tore up from the floor up. Your credit score gets tore up. When I went for my license, I couldn't have any bankruptcies. I couldn't have any of those short sales that go on with properties. Can't have that when you go for your license. So you got to struggle. You got to fight. You got to come out the pocket. And it's not cheap, because the attorneys that are going to represent you, they know you got to come out the pocket, and they make sure you come out the pocket. I had one tenant fake a fall, damage some of the stairs that supposedly he fell from.
Yep.
So he laid on the ground and had his wife take pictures. I knew it was a scam because he was at a party that my nephew happened to be in, and he was bragging about it. But because he was there, that didn't help me in court.
Oh, wait.
But I had to come out the pocket to defend myself. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you for that. I had to come out the pocket to defend myself for that, and it wasn't cheap. And in the meantime, they weren't giving me rent for a whole year. And on top of that, in the warm weather and not so warm weather, he kept filling up and emptying out this pool for his daughters every day. The water bill was in the tens of thousands.
Oh.
You know what a water bill looks like because you have a home.
Yep.
In the tens of thousands, this water bill. Say what? And then on top of that, this was Section 8.
Oh, that too.
I reported them to Section 8, and they didn't help for nothing. They ran some kind of crazy investigation, and the neighbor up in across the street was interviewed and lied to them.
Oh.
She admitted it too. She called me one day and invited me over with the buttermilk biscuits on the table. Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Lisa. Not kids, yep. Senior tenants, not kids, yep. Let me tell you. She lied because This dude that was living in my apartment and her were sharing that booger sugar.
Oh, wait.
This dude tells me I want $50 deducted off the rent for me taking out the garbage. I said, what? Have you read your lease agreement? That's the responsibility of every tenant. Well, no, I want $50. Well, that was so he can get his booger sugar. And he was washing cars. The heat was included in the rent. So in the cold days during the winter, he would open all the windows and put the heater on full.
Right?
How you like them apples? And that was just one of many tenants that I had issues with.
Right?
Another one got into a car accident, told me about their amazing car insurance, and now they have full coverage, and now they're parking on the property with this beautiful new car. Sorry, we can't pay the rent this month. Month number 2 came by. Sorry, we're still trying to. Okay. So before month number 3 comes where you don't pay, let's do this. When you get back on track, start paying the rent as you normally did, and then with the balance, with what you owe, we can set up a payment plan, and you can just pay me according to the payment plan. Oh yeah, that's great. Well, come to find out, that was not the insurance that provided them with that car. They bought that car,
Ew.
a brand new car.
Ew.
Oh, you got money for a brand new car, but you ain't got money for my rent?
Ew.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, and I got other horror stories with the one of them called the city, and they come over to the property to do an inspection because they don't want to pay the rent. And see, what happens with property is that every year or 2 years they change the building codes, but you don't get a notification of the change or what those changes are. And once the inspector comes through, you're getting fined. That's how you find out. You're getting fined, and you got to get that repaired yesterday. So don't call your uncle, don't call your cousin who's the carpenter, don't call your friends that's a plumber and electrician. Don't call none of those people to come do the job without pulling a permit, because the inspector will come back to inspect it. He already knows nobody pulled the permit. So guess what? You're getting another fine. And then you got to get someone to pull a permit to destroy everything that was fixed. And then you got to get somebody to pull a permit to fix it back up. Then you got to go back to court to deal with the person that didn't want to pay the rent. Again, money out of your pocket. And if you were like me that was working on average 93 hours a week, you weren't going to court personally. You were going to have to pay an attorney to go take care of that for you.
Oh,
Not
wow.
cheap.
Wow.
Not cheap. Not cheap. Not cheap.
That's a classic example of why when people on YouTube talking about somehow it's a lucrative business to go and flip properties and do all this, I'm like, you better tell everybody all that headache that can come with that. Because with properties, you're going that's a given. You're gonna run into a squatter. You're gonna run into somebody with a sob story about why
Yeah.
they can't pay. You're gonna run into somebody that's gonna eventually move out and cause thousands of dollars worth damage because they was pissed that they had to move.
But I got a course. I got a course I can sell you
Yep,
on how to become a property owner and how to
guess what?
flip property. I got a course. That's where they're making their money on the course. They're not
Of
making their money
course,
on.
telling you the whole truth. That's why I don't take them seriously.
Well, I'm going to create a course on how not to get stuck on a course. That's what I'm going to do, and charge $50,000 for the course.
You
And it's
remember that very fit, attractive woman from Texas who was selling courses on how to get fit and meal plans. Tell me why she was taking people's money and was not providing either one or the other or both.
surprise.
But because they had to build the case, it took them a long time to take her to court.
Mm-hmm. She pocketed all that money and was gone.
Yep. And then kept trying to rationalize and make it seem like the devil was out to get her and all this stupid stuff. It's like, no, ma'am. Too many
Yeah.
people are saying the same thing about you. I don't think she's big on YouTube anymore. When people start talking about courses, I shut down. I'm like, nope, I'm good with that.
I
Why you
have
laugh?
because I got a student. I got several students. You know, Omar is my student. So is Tony T. But there's a new student that I'm teaching her how to trade options, and she did her first option and made a profit. But that's nothing to go by because usually, you know, you get beginner's luck for a while. The real the real success stories are people that have been in for a while and set up parameters for themselves and have the discipline to be able to execute within those parameters. Those are the real success stories. And they don't make a fortune overnight.
Like that video you saw of that guy about that darn Nigerian woman, or her parents are from Nigeria, but I think she was born here, who got swindled by the quote non-quote Danish
Right.
prince.
She got suckered. I heard about that before you put up your video.
And what's funny is he just swindled another woman down in Tulum, Mexico. And guess what he told her? I'm a tech executive who just got a
Oh wow.
divorce from my Nigerian princess wife.
Wow. So he's loaded. He's full of shit, not full of money.
No, but he's not the first person to claim to be from royal families. And I tell people, if you know the difference between an elected monarch, a constitutional monarch, and an absolute monarch, you'll know how this stuff works. How
Right.
did you go to Copenhagen, Denmark, where Amalienborg Palace is, and this man never took you to meet King Frederick? That wasn't. Guess what
What happened?
Meghan Markle had to do?
Meghan
They had
Markle.
they had to get parliamentary permission for that marriage in order to have the Duchy of Sussex. Okay,
Yep.
Queen Elizabeth had to, at the time, because she was still alive, co-sign on that, because Harry stood to take some losses if that marriage was not approved. That's how they do it in constitutional monarchies.
You know what? Even if she didn't know those details, which are important, if she wanted to take it that far, it should be obvious. It should
That a
be.
prince would take you to a castle, stupid.
Right.
And second off, I was way too detailed in that video, but I'm trying to get you to see the sophistication of how At a minimum, she should have Googled Danish royal
Yeah.
family.
No, listen to me. All that information that you put out was critical information
Yep.
because who knows? Maybe somebody who knows those details could use them to their advantage to gas somebody up.
Yep.
Because they can break it down the same way you broke it down and say, go ahead, go check to see if what I'm saying is true or not. This is what we have to do, my love. I have to take you to such and such place. I have to do this. I have to do that.
I'll give you an example because I put King William Alexander of the Netherlands in that video.
Mm-hmm.
When he was dating his now wife, Queen Maxima, who at the time was Maxima Zorigata, when
Mm-hmm.
she met him at a party, she didn't know he was a prince initially because most of the time they won't tell you right away. Just like
Right.
Frederick, when he was at the 2000 Sydney Olympics, did not tell Mary, who's now Queen Mary, he was a prince. When he finally told her, King William Alexander told Maxima, I'm a prince and we need to go to the castle to meet my mother, who at the time was Queen Beatrix. She bust out laughing because she thought it was a scam. Once they pulled up to that palace and she went into that palace, then she found out, okay,
This is
this is
real.
this is where this dude really is the future king, gonna be the future king of this country. That's a true story. When he said he was a prince, she burst out laughing.
I believe it.
Number two, when this guy was swindling her using her money going on gambling websites, it's not that you can't have a gambling addiction as a prince. It's just that royal families have all of these, what you call it, the people who speak on behalf of you in public, publicists. They give a statement about that and they may rehearse an interview behind the scenes. Girl, ain't no way you was dating a Danish prince and your face ain't all over every tabloid in Europe, boo boo.
There
And
you go.
since you married him, why didn't you take the title of princess after you married a prince?
That should have been immediate.
That should have been immediate, sweetheart. Or at least a duchy or a countess, because they don't always give you the title princess when you marry a prince. You're like a duchess or a countess.
Yep.
Everybody, like, she probably wasn't thinking like that. Tar, that's not the point. At a minimal, she should have went to Google and Googled Danish royal family, and she would have seen that that idiot is not on that website.
I was listening to somebody actually absolutely destroy her because their interpretation of what's happening is that Brandon,
What's their interpretation? We'll talk about Brandon in a minute. But that thing, what was their interpretation?
that their thirst for close
White
proximity,
adjacent. Yep.
yeah, for close proximity to whiteness, um, allowed her to just get suckered into that whole thing.
Nigerians
Along
do that more than anybody. Let me expound on that. If you tell a
yeah.
Nigerian they're black, I am not black, I am Nigerian. You're from Africa, you darker than me,
They do
Dami.
that too?
Yes, they do the equivalent of what some Dominican. They take it farther than Dominicans though.
They
He
do?
was swindling her friends and everything. You mean to tell me your whole family gave this man $100,000 plus and none of y'all questioned? Then what's real crazy is that Prince Frederick's only sibling, Prince Joachim, and his second wife, Princess Marie, currently reside in Washington, D.C. So when he didn't take you to meet Prince Joachim, that this is her proximity to whiteness. Somebody her darker skinned, I am Nigerian, la la la. She wanted mixed race babies, but she ain't stupid enough to come out and say that.
Right. And they do
It,
that skin lightening out there, right?
yep. And on top of that, she had already been rejected on that TV show, The Bachelor. She had been in 2 to 3 reality shows.
Oh,
On
I didn't know that
Yika,
detail.
yes, on Yika, and I didn't know until I saw the episode with her dressed, I think, where she got rejected. I'm like, this girl is an attention whore.
That's what
I
it
think
is.
I think she knew what he really was, but because she bought into the fairy tale of having beautiful, tall, pretty mixed race children, she ignored the red flag. Nobody want to hear that. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
That man to her was an ideal that she put in her head probably from the time she was a child. Well, let's stop him from scamming people. Why do you care now?
right,
Anytime
right.
somebody tells you I'm a prince, but I got to pawn a watch to pay my debts, number one, a prince wouldn't pawn a watch, baby, because he got too much money.
Facts.
They don't get, and don't get me wrong, Sarah Ferguson got into debt after she left Andrew, who is now Andrew Back Winter. But that's a whole different thing. Brandon, you're echoing.
All right, I'm driving. You gotta give me a minute to get this stuff like sorry. Love you.
Okay. What I'm saying is, my bad, Brandon. What I'm saying is that all I ask is that when somebody lie to you like that, you just go perform the Google search. Because
Pretty simple.
when he did not show up on the Kungan Who set, I'm gonna tell you, name any monarchy right now in Europe, their official site will always show up on that front page of Google. Like guarantee it.
Am I echoing now?
No.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
married a
good, but I can
prince.
barely hear you guys now. I
Oh,
had you on
okay.
Bluetooth.
Oh.
You have the Bluetooth
I
on?
Yeah, I might have to sit back because I can't hear you. I'll connect with Bluetooth again. I'll try it, and if it's an echo, I'll disconnect again. Just let
Okay.
me know if I'm echoing. If I'm a problem, let me know.
All right.
Give me a minute.
I think some people are willing to get scammed so long as the fairy tale sounds cute.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Well, there are a lot of things I don't understand about some human beings. That's one of them.
Device is ready to pair.
And people that vote against their own interests.
The Bluetooth device is connected successfully.
I don't get it. I'm like, you as smart as you are, you gave up your salary, your whole life. You ruined friendships for a beautiful ideal. To me,
Yeah.
I'm at best apathetic. I did get some laughs out of it, and that's mean. But when I heard the story, I was like, you can't be this stupid. And I just burst out laughing.
Apparently they can be.
I'm like, this is what Solomon be talking about with some of these people out here.
Yeah.
Because this is just plumb stupid. And I saw the clips on another person's channel of her, and I'm like, and I didn't know at first. And then when I looked it up, the Danish prince, I'm like, she thought this dude was a prince. I was rolling. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Somebody tried that on my cousin in Spain.
And that's sad because Spain has a royal family. And that's the
Yeah.
current king is King Felipe the Sixth. All of the Felipe the Sixth has already been known to have stripped titles from one of his siblings out of misconduct. Felipe don't play. All of them families are trying to stream their monarchies in Europe. It's been all over the news that they're cutting back on prince and princess titles. Even in the country of Japan, if you're a woman and you get married, you're now out of the Japanese royal family and don't even have a title anymore. Only the men can marry and bring a woman in to be a princess. I,
Hello?
hello, I think
Hey, Ben.
Am I echoing still?
no.
Okay. I think I had YouTube on in the background. I apologize. But continue with what you were saying, Mrs. Helms. I didn't mean to interrupt.
That thing to me is proof that people worship a certain idea. Oh wow, okay, I do hear an echo still.
Did you hear an echo, or is it me just driving? Just
No,
No,
when
I
I
don't know if it's an echo, but there's something going on in the background.
I got
Oh yeah, it is an echo.
Okay.
You got the radio on or something?
No. But I'll mute. I'll listen. I'm here, but I'll listen until I stop. I got about 20 minutes. I'll listen.
Okay.
I'm here.
because I hate that Brandon's here because I think he gonna think that I'm picking on white people. I'm not. But this dude also swindled some women in, I think, Shanghai, China. And
Yeah.
guess what Chinese people are saying about it? That them women's proximity to whiteness, because they worship that over there too.
Oh, okay.
You forgot to say no offense.
No
That's
offense.
that. Yeah. That part.
I'm gonna tell you something, and this is gonna be me. My empathy go my hats off. I'm not gonna say empathy because I don't empathize with him either. I hats off to this dude. He is an excellent freaking con man.
Yeah.
I am a princess. I need to go learn from him because I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah. You can enhance your soul business by pulling one of his stunts.
He went to a black woman in Dallas. Before that, he went to some Asian women in Shanghai, pretending to be something he's not. Now he's in Mexico. See the pattern? He won't do
Yep.
it with his own race of women.
No.
See, that's what I love about white women. I don't care what nobody say. As soon as he pulled that Prince nonsense, them white women gonna Google you.
You got to understand, though, that in those countries, those people are very desperate to get American citizenship.
Well, he's not. He wasn't even asking for. He wasn't even offering American citizenship. He was offering a dynasty.
He was passing himself off as a Danish princess. I mean prince.
That's it doesn't matter.
It does matter though, because Denmark has a better quality of life than the United States, so it does matter.
That's the point that I'm trying to make. Is a lot of these people in these countries. You said he was targeting Mexico. He was targeting Asia. I don't know specifically where.
Shanghai, people in Shanghai got money, Brandon. So I understand what you're saying about Tulum, but in Shanghai they have money. I get.
Yeah, but a lot of them are willing to, if they can hook up with a rich sugar daddy, and he's portraying himself as that, they line up.
Well, then those women who ran with that and loaned the money got their just desserts.
Sure did. I'm like you, Solomon. I'm sorry. To me, you can look that stuff up online now. There's no excuse in this.
I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't gonna be broke.
But he was broke. That's the problem.
Yeah, but you're selling snake oil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at the. Never mind. Look what's going on. People are just buying whatever. So you just got to be a quick talker, you know.
Got to be an excellent marketer.
Like Sam Bankman-Fried, that kid pulled off a colossal one.
Yes, he did.
And I thought for a while he was going to get by with that too.
He's got to have moves like me in order to get by.
I wouldn't even try it. All you have to do is tell me. All you have to do is say the two unfavorable words to me: federal prison. Okay, I'm good. I'm not putting myself in the Fed. I'm not putting myself in the Fed on purpose. I can't wait till he get home because it's loud in his background.
This is how I do it. That's a good question. This is how I do it.
Yeah, we know.
I'm just driving. Sorry. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
That's how I get all the ladies.
I got a hell of a story for you guys that happened last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
Yeah,
we want to wait. We want to wait till you get home so you don't have that background noise, so you can tell us.
Yeah, because we want to hear it. We've been waiting for you to hear that. I'm just talking about this royal scam to kill time. We've been waiting for you.
I'm guessing I sent the message because I started drinking pretty heavily after that. I'm guessing that I sent you a few messages, Solomon.
No, but we're just waiting for you to get home so that you can tell us.
Oh, okay. All right. So I didn't send any because it happened late at night last night. It happened like 1 in the morning, and the police ended up. That was. I thought, I don't know, because like I said, I had been drinking and I didn't know if I had texted you what had happened or anything. I texted a few people, but.
Well, while we're waiting, the point is people need to stop believing stuff just because people tell them. Ain't no way. It would not be me. It would not be me.
Okay, so
you guys heard from DeAndre?
No.
Nope.
Sorry.
Oh, wait.
When I got off on Thanksgiving, he said he was going to stop in and say hi. Did he ever make it?
No.
So here's one. So my buddy and I were living together.
Right.
And we took over my father's job at the synagogue as maintenance for the synagogue. And we bump into this guy who says his name is Reverend William Highland.
Right.
So he's talking about the necessity to get back to his other parish and all this other stuff, all the complications he went through, da-da-da. So my friend was convinced. And he gave him $300, loaned him $300. And Reverend William Highland told us to meet him at the church on 57th Street so that he can give him his money back.
Right.
Cool. So we went down there and waited for hours.
Oh.
Man never showed up. He never showed up. And there was no such Reverend William Highland known in that church or that they knew of.
Oh, wow.
That happened in the grocery store I worked at. A reverend called and said, listen, we're doing a cookout. We need chicken wings. We need about 100 chicken wings. We need this and that. And it was an older guy. And I put the order together for him. And I said, okay, you just have to come up, and when you talk to you have to talk to the manager because they've got a certain what do you call it, tax-free exemption that they get, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And The guy walked up, just grabbed the crate, and just literally walked out the door with $400 worth of stuff. Ended up calling him back. It never answered the number. Nobody answered. It was just a complete scam, you know. So I have experience with that as well.
And look at that.
Personally, I was working for a company, a grocery store, essentially.
And look at that, Professor. Small businesses get attacked like that all the time.
Yep.
All the time. Professor, you want to donate some soap for Jesus? We got $1,000 for you.
Donate some soap to the parish.
Yep. Remember, I kept getting that phone call from that guy from Virginia with an Indian accent talking about something. I got to give him my credit card for $400 for my my trademark. This idiot didn't know that I went to the trademark website and already looked him up. So he stepped up his game and had an email sent with an official email from somebody from the trademark office. Now, they wouldn't just send you emails like that. So I emailed the person at the trademark office, CC'd the scammer and said, sir, your name's being used as this. I understand that this scammer, tell me why this idiot still tried to call me and scam me again a week later. I'm like, put you on blast and put you on the email putting you on blast. And your stupid butt is still calling.
They're aggressive.
He still see, the thing is when you get that stuff, you've got to shut down everything that you have. Your email, your phone number, you got to change everything. Once your identity gets hacked, that's it. You got to shut it all down and change it. If you don't, people are going to keep using it because it's already out there. Once the hackers have it, that's it. You know?
I had the same thing.
I tell people you gotta go to the 3 credit. The 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, and what's the other one? It's TransUnion and it's Experian, and there's another. I cannot think of the other one. I went and immediately locked my accounts years ago.
Yeah, I call it the 3rd one.
I had a phone call from someone with an Indian accent also wanting to increase my credit availability for my credit card. So he asked me for my information. He asked me for the credit card and I gave him some made up number. And he knew right away it was a made up number because you can tell what a Visa or MasterCard is by the first 4 numbers.
They are persistent. I'll give you an example. There was a woman on YouTube that posted a short of one of them trying to scam her.
Yep.
While she let the guy talk, she snuck a pan from the kitchen, then put it over the phone and started beating it, boom, 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 hoping he'll hang up. After beating it for a few minutes, she removed it, thinking he hung up. He didn't. He went, hello, can we continue? They don't let up. It's just ridiculous.
This guy kept telling me, listen, please give me the correct number. That's not the right number. And I said, no, you sure that's not the right number? He said, sir, please give me the correct number. I goes, wait a minute. What do you mean that's not the correct number? That is the number. No, sir, no, please give me the correct number. I said, okay, well, is there something wrong with my credit card? Did somebody hack my number? No. He got all amped up, excited. And I said, well, what's going on? Then he passed it on to his supposed supervisor. So his supervisor's telling me the same thing to give me the number. So I gave the number. I read some old card that doesn't even work anymore. I read it backwards. And he said, no, sir, that's not the number. Please give me the number. So he kept on going to the point where I said, well, I'm a little nervous. So I don't understand what's going on. And he got so frustrated, he started motherfucking me on the phone.
Yep.
Handed it back to the original dude, and he's saying, "See, sir, you got my supervisor.
Yeah,
You got my supervisor.
that's a little bit of a red flag.
Please cooperate. Yeah, a little bit. Please cooperate with my supervisor, sir, because he's very angry with you. He's very angry with you." I said, "Oh yeah, man. You know what? You're right." The call ended up where I was inviting the guy to the bar. I told him I live in Florida and that I wanted to have a drink with him at a bar. And and I said, "I like you, man. I really like you. I want to maybe hang out really close to you at a bar." And he kept asking me, yeah. And he kept asking me, "No, sir. Are you the gays? Are you the gays?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm the gays, but so what? That's not a big deal. Come, let's go hang out. Let's go have a few drinks at the bar." And I told him, "No, listen, I'm really close. We're really close to each other." He goes, I asked him what state he was calling me from. He said he was calling me from somewhere like Chicago or something like that. I said, "Oh, so we're really close, man. You can walk to where I am." And I told him I'm in Florida. And he's going, "Yeah, I can walk. Yeah, you should. You should walk over. Let's go to this bar. Let's touch each other."
Oh goodness.
Yes. So the dude finally gave up. When I started talking about touching him touching me, I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back for him.
That was the deal breaker.
That was the deal. Yeah, but they're very aggressive, and there's a content creator that I watch where he scams the scammers. He gets their information and he messes them up. He puts them on blast, calls the authorities.
I watched a few of those videos.
Yeah. He geolocates them, let them know, "Hey, you're in such and such building, in such and such office."
The best ones are when they actually hack the cameras that are in the people that are trying to do the hacking. And the guy "Oh, hey, you got an orange shirt on,"
Yeah.
And those are cool videos. I like watching those.
Those are amazing when they catch those hackers. The flackers. Well, I wanted to make it past 2 hours, but I may not make it past 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So we'll have to wait on Brandon's story.
I'm almost home. Come on, guys, give me. Yeah, I'm almost home. I'm 12 minutes from home.
See, I wasn't gonna stay long either. I just wanted to hear his story because I gotta be up early and make a lot of soap tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a busy Sunday for me.
Yeah. This is a break for me. I'm gonna have to go ahead and drive another 6 hours after this. So
if we're holding you up, by all means, I mean, you got your business. You do what you got to do.
No. I'll wait. I want everybody to hear this.
I'm almost home.
Your Momo.
This asshole in front of me is going 20 miles an hour and a 35. So I'm kind of.
Don't get a ticket, man.
Yeah. In the meantime,
I got a guy going 10 miles under the speed limit in front of me, and it's a 2-lane road, so I don't have an option.
Oh Lord, yeah, I know what that's like.
I'm just stuck behind him.
I had an idiot pull that today where when I was trying to get around her, she kept driving slow. When that dotted line showed up, me and some other cars flew past her like
Flew?
Yeah, we knew you were doing it on purpose, stupid. And Mr. Burns got surprises on the way.
Yeah. Yep.
While we wait for Brandon to get home, we got someone got that them surprises on the way.
I got me some ooh wee on the way.
Well, maybe your wife and kids, because they're gonna get in that stuff way before you
Yeah,
can
I ain't
get
touching it. I ain't touching it. I'm not even gonna know what it looks like.
That's
They're
sad.
not even gonna. They're not even gonna take pictures. That thing's just gonna be inhaled.
I'm shocked they don't take pictures and send it to you. That's the shocking part to me.
There's nothing to take pictures of. They tear right into that thing. The only thing I'm gonna see are bite marks.
Or you'll see the soap if there's enough of it left, which it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. That soap was looking luscious too. When I got home, that soap was looking good.
Yep.
Telling you, she's loving that thing.
I sent apple butter and then I sent some type of jam. I don't remember which jam I sent. I don't know if it was the strawberry or the blueberry one.
Ooh. Thanks, Professor. I'm scoring points.
I forgot to add you to my live, man. Shit. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
We might get some characters
We're
in.
waiting for you to get home so you can tell us this story and then Solomon can get off because I want to know what happened.
Hell yeah, I want the details too because I only got the part where
I didn't know till you told me, Solomon, that something happened.
He said, "I gotta go." Somebody
That's more common than you think, where people will take something you said personally on social media. I've heard of people showing up at people's houses.
Well, somebody got smoked in Las Vegas.
When?
About 3 months ago, I think it was. They were having a feud.
On social media, and them idiots met up and somebody got that was so stupid. When I saw that story, I'm like, this is a dumb reason for you to lose your life. Just stay your distance, man.
These people, this couple was visiting Las Vegas. The guy's a resident of Las Vegas. So, you know, the guy from the couple, he was playing tough guy, but he didn't think that this guy would take it to this limit.
Right?
I don't take any threats lightly. I take everything seriously. Yep. Every threat is serious as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
So I make it my business to stay away.
Yep.
If they're that serious about it, I got no interest in improving anything.
I take them because you just don't know how far people gonna take that crap now. You communicate a threat, I'm gonna take it as that, and that's the end of it. I was just playing. Nope, that ain't what it sounded like to me.
Yeah, and that ain't no game.
This ain't no game. We ain't got time for this.
That ain't no way to play with nobody.
Sure ain't. You don't play them games with me. That used to happen to Tommy Sotomayor all the time, where people was threatening to go to his mama's house, his daughter's school. I'm like, y'all taking this too far. If you don't like what the man said, get off his YouTube page. It ain't
basically, I don't even know. You got the option. You don't even have to go on his page. Why the hell? Why would you go there?
Just leave. Don't even go if he makes you and triggers you that bad.
Yeah.
I get off YouTube most of the time and I don't give this stuff a second thought.
No, I mean it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna tell you something. This helms, though, you will give it a second thought if somebody threatens you. That's
yeah.
That's what I just said, though. If you threaten me, I'm not taking it lightly. I already said that. But far as me going to somebody's house because I'm mad about what they said about me, I'm not thinking about you like that.
Hell no.
You ain't that interesting to me for me to care.
And you know what? I deal with trolls all the time, and you know what? I don't really give a fuck. I actually like them most of the time.
I
I
don't.
usually have. Do I? All right. Do I still have an echo?
A little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna. I just pulled in. I just pulled into my house. So.
Good. You can start the story. I got to go to the restroom. I've been holding it, waiting. No offense. I'll be right back.
No offense. Oh man, I'm dropping stuff. Not cool, man. Not cool.
I'm gonna turn my Bluetooth off. Bluetooth. Sorry, we're just pulling in. I'm trying to get everything arranged.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
Who's in?
Welcome in. Welcome in.
I can't hear you. It's almost like you're on mute.
Welcome
Let me
in.
log off. Let me get on my computer. Let me log off. I'll be back in 2 seconds. All right.
All right.
Sorry for holding you guys up, man. I
Good.
apologize.
Welcome in.
It's been a rough week for me. Either way, but now I got you out there. Any of my guys come in?
Nobody else came. Yeah. Where is he? Oh, Squirrel's Magnetic is in.
Squirrel's Magnet. Hey, Squirrel.
And TD Knives was in.
Oh, TD's awesome, man. He was there. I think he was there the night that this happened last night.
Yeah.
So, all right. All right. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta log out. I literally just pulled in. So.
Yep.
Give me a minute, and I'll be right back in. Okay.
Yep.
Where Brandon at?
Oh, Double D just made it.
Yep. He came at the last minute, though. We about to shut this down in a few.
Hi, Ethan. Double Diesel.
I can't believe folks getting on this here internet acting up.
It's unbelievably stupid what they do.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. It's the unbelievable stupidity of it all. You let somebody online you don't know affect you like that.
No, Ethan, I don't smoke.
I see that your subs are growing, though, Mr. Burns.
I'm surprised.
Why?
I don't get the impression that that people are excited about about some of the stuff you talk about.
They don't like it when you talk about that financial stuff because it's boring, but they need to know though.
Yeah, the finances is boring as all hell.
I'm sorry I
What you got?
came on. I'm sorry I came on here late. I'm not at the house. I'm just sitting down in the waiting room having a cup of coffee, and I just want to come by for a little bit.
What waiting room?
Oh man.
Are you
No,
okay, DeAndre?
yes, ma'am. I'm not. I'm not at the ER or anything. I'm at a room where it has snacks and stuff.
Oh,
And I'm at a room you can sit at and have your snack or some coffee.
okay, I get what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am. I know I'm late. I was just relaxing. I took a nap. That's why I woke. I came in so late. I had took me a nap and I was resting. And I
Yeah,
haven't. Been,
I
and I
just
haven't.
woke up.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
No, I'm good. Go ahead and finish.
And I had took me a nap and I wasn't on social media a lot. And I was just like, you know what? Let me go in and just say hello to everybody and then have my cup of coffee and then just let everybody know I'm good.
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
I gotta send DeAndre's package December, like this first week of December when I get paid again.
I watched your video, by the way.
Which one? Because I made a lot of them.
The one that you was basically did an unboxing on who you gonna send this to and that to,
Yep,
and I seen your kitchen and I seen where you made that turkey, used that mayonnaise and
and I sure did. It was good too. You don't even taste the mayonnaise. That's the thing. Once it cooked in with turkey, and then I used that squeezed garlic, and then I stuffed it with butter.
oh wow.
Hey Homestead. Hey Zach.
I
Hey
homestead.
Flo. Homestead in the house. Hey Flo. We're waiting on Brandon to let us know.
Yes, but I just wanted to come check on y'all to see how y'all was doing. I couldn't just go on for the rest of the night and not come in and check on y'all.
DeAndre funny. You sat there and watched that video of me saying what's going with.
Yeah, I
Okay.
watched that whole video.
Okay.
I watched that whole video.
I didn't know you watched the whole thing too. I was like, I ain't sending DeAndre no more soap.
Oh yeah, and I come in and I was like, oh no, I don't need no more soap. I have enough soap that's gonna last me for a century. And I've been using it too. I've been using it too like it's a SIM card. I don't
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been using it like it's a SIM card.
I only send Solomon a lot because he has a bigger family.
Oh yes.
Big box. I got a big box.
You got two of them, Solomon, two on the way. Okay, Brandon,
Woo-wee.
we got to know what happened on this live. I heard them Popo got called.
Oh
DeAndre
yeah,
is just in time
yeah.
too. Them Popo got. I want to know what happened.
Hey, DeAndre,
Hey
I
Brandon, how
had
you
some
doing?
drama. I'm doing good. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you
I'm
had a good
good.
Thanksgiving and everything.
I I had a good one. I can't complain. I ate too much, but I had a good one.
I did too. I ate. I
There's
ate like
nothing
a
wrong
pig.
with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I hope not, because I acted a straight nut on that day.
People
DeAndre, this is the first Thanksgiving I had off in 20 years, in the last 20 years, and I got
Oh
to spend
hell
it
no!
with my grandmother, who was 101 years old.
that's a
And
blessing.
you want to know the cherry on the cake?
What's the cherry?
Solomon went live, and I got to go live with him and hang out with him on
Yep.
Thanksgiving, and we had a good time too.
Well, that's amazing.
You've
That's
worked on
It was the
amazing.
best.
Thanksgiving
It
for
was the
20
best
straight
thing.
years.
What's that?
You've worked. You telling me you have worked every Thanksgiving for 20 years? The devil is a lie.
Yes, ma'am. I've worked every Thanksgiving for the last 20 years. Up until this Thanksgiving, I requested off and I talked to my chef about it and he was okay with it. It's perfectly fine with me taking it off.
Oh wait.
I put my dues in. I put my dues in, you know.
Oh wait. Those are some crazy dudes, though.
I
To
mean,
be
I missed the overtime and I missed a little bit of hours, but it's the point where money had nothing to do with this situation that, you know. So, but like I said, the cherry on top was me hanging out with Solomon.
I
That
saw
was
Yeah.
y'all's live. I saw
that
y'all's
was an
live.
awesome.
I was in a food coma. That turkey was good. I mean, my husband just polished that off last night when he took it to work for dinner.
Well, my kids, when I called them on my break today, I was like, "Did you guys eat dinner? You know, because it's Black Friday. She works in retail. You know, she's like, it's really, really slow." And I was like, "Well, do you realize that first off, there's a movement going on where all Black people are not going to shop until Monday. They're boycotting. I mean,
That's true.
you guys heard about that, right?"
Oh yeah.
She said she had to send people home. They were expecting, she works in a mall. And I told her about this, and she's like, this is the first I'm hearing about it. I'm like, no, it's a movement. There's just a lot of people. Apparently, it freaking worked because they're
Walmart
supposed
is
to have,
scared. That's what I heard.
what's that?
Walmart is scared of what you said. They said a lot of people didn't go in any Walmarts.
Yeah.
I knew because I don't go out on Black Fridays. I even went out.
Oh,
No, normally I don't.
Jose,
But this
Jose.
year I went and sent Solomon's things. The road, you could hear a pin drop. I'm on the road. I'm like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning on Black Friday, and nobody. And I just kept going out to stores and
It's a,
nobody. I'm like, what the heck is happening?
Super
oh,
unusual.
Boo boo, I got
you
home
avoided
in
that.
record time.
Yeah, it is. But it was, and they apparently it was up to, I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I was on somebody else's live, and then they told me, and I was like, oh wow, you know, Searching for the Dream is an older retired Black gentleman that lives in Arizona, and he wants to buy a boat in Florida, and I'm like, he's a super cool dude. He's the most interesting person. No offense, most
Yep.
None
interesting
taken.
person. Most interesting person that I've met on YouTube, as far as he was a mortician. I mean, this guy's like 70 something years old.
He was a
He's
mortician.
he was a mortician. Okay.
How
He was
long?
a
How long did he do that for?
years.
That's a long time to last at a dead end job like that.
Ah, well, you know what?
Oh.
I guarantee you one thing. When you guys are talking about jobs that aren't going to run out,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Cooking's one, yeah, but guess what? A mortician's going to be definitely up there too.
I
So,
think
you know.
so. Yep. But look here, we need to know
um,
what happened on that live. You had to call them Popo. What happened?
oh, well, wait, DeAndre's on mute. I don't know if DeAndre's here. I don't want to say it if he's not here. I want him to
I,
be a
I,
part of it here.
I'm I'm here. I was just letting you finish. I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
Okay. Did you have anything to say? I don't want to.
Oh no, go ahead. No, I'm
Oh,
good. I'm just listening to y'all.
so I'm going to tell you this story. I get home last night. I'm driving home. Everything's cool. I get in my parking lot. I drive, take my keys out of the ignition, right? not driving anymore. I bought some beers. I'm going to sit in the car and just relax. I don't want to go in and wake everybody up in my house. You know what I mean? Because I know I'm not going to go to sleep. I get on live. I'm talking to a few people. Solomon, D-Lo Flo was in there. You know him, right? So I got another friend of mine in there, and just some guy just asked me a question. Just some random guy on the thing. He said, "Hey, what do you think about Trump?" And I said, "Well, this isn't really a political channel. I don't really get on about it or anything like that." I said, "Well, I personally, I don't like him. I mean, if you want to vote for him, vote for him. That's your option." He says, "Why don't you like Trump?" And I said, "Well, the reason I don't like him is because he lies. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie, and is what I said." But I still wasn't being very political. I wasn't being very pro. I wasn't saying like "fuck Donald Trump." I just said I personally don't like him. He lies too much
You
for
you
me.
you, you said something factual.
Eh, yeah. And then the next statement that came up through this guy was, "I hope your glasses are bulletproof." And I said, "Oh,
Huh?
that's
Ooh.
are you threatening me?" And
That's
that
some
was about
wild
it.
stuff. Yeah.
I ended a live right there. I ended a live right there. I flagged him right away, and I ended the live right away, and I called my local police department. Okay, non-emergency. I didn't call 911. Obviously, because I wasn't in fear of my life at that time. But I was just like, okay. Um, I told her exactly what happened verbatim, and she says, "We need to make a police report about this. This is something serious." And I was like, "Oh, okay." I thought I could do everything over the phone. And I'm like, "Well, fuck. I've got to go to work tomorrow. It's already fucking midnight, 12:30. Whatever time it was." So the officers showed up. I literally had to file a police report one on one with them. Show them the screenshot that I took of the guy's statement. They asked me well, do you do a political thing? And I said, no. I said, my channel's about cooking and stuff like that. I said, this guy just happened to come up. I said, I express my opinions when somebody asks, like this guy did. I said, but generally on my channel is not a political channel. I wouldn't label it that way. And the guy was the cops were cool with it. But we were sitting, it was 50 freaking 5 degrees. I had no fucking jacket. I was shivering. They made me get out of the car. So it kind of sucked. But
Yep.
the first thing they asked, have you been drinking? And I goes, yeah. I said, I've been parked in the car waiting for you guys. I said, I've had about 3 pints of beer while I'm waiting. So yes, I have been drinking, but they were cool with it. They were like, all right, well, set up, you know, that's what happened. So made it,
It,
they made a case number and this and that. I was like, they asked me if I was offended or when the guy offended you. I said, he didn't offend me. I said, he threatened me. And I take that as a threat, when somebody
Yeah.
asks you, well, I hope you're thinkable bulletproof. I said, he didn't offend me. I said, this isn't a tit for tat. I said, I mean, I'm showing you exactly what happened. Your dispatch told me I should make a police report by what I told you. And I told you the exact same thing. So by that, I'm filing that. Because this guy, I don't know if he's a 10-year-old kid, You know, or I don't know if he's a guy 2 blocks away from me with a fucking loaded shotgun. So, you know, hey, you do the math. So it's like I'm
No,
just
it's
gonna.
good. It's good that it goes on. It's good that there's that it goes on paper. Because if anything should happen, God
Exactly.
forbid.
If that guy turns out to be a weirdo or something, yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's already been documented, and that would be evidence against them.
Well, that's why I was doing it. Was I personally in fear for my life? No, not at all.
Doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter. Yeah, he shouldn't have
Not at
done
all. It was a purpose of this guy's threatening, but
Bodily harm. Bodily harm.
Well, see, this
That
is the thing. In Florida, he didn't actually threaten me. He just asked me if my glasses were bulletproof.
that is
that. That is still a threat. That's a threat.
Yeah,
It's an inference of a threat in Florida. That's not a direct threat. That's not
Florida
considered a direct
sucks,
threat.
man. How y'all gonna say?
Big time. Well, it does in one way, but it doesn't
in
but
some
in
way.
another way, all the guy's got to do is walk on my property and I could shoot him. So,
True.
this is a defend yourself. This is a fucking Wild West, territory. So, in some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad,
Yep.
But I mean, I live here. I grow up here. I don't know, I just know that if I need to rob a McDonald's, I don't need to go buy a gun. I just go grab an alligator, and that's all I need.
so cool. All right, so then
it's interesting.
All right. So we've been informed, and the time has come. I'm sorry I got to cut it short, but
thank goodness
you got it short. I might go live and go if you guys want to skip in. I can't see. Oh,
yeah, when I start driving.
All right. No, have a good night. Yeah, you can listen in. I'll go live for a little bit. Why not?
Okay.
All right. Good night, y'all.
You guys can
Good night, y'all. Good night.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Hey,
sorry for keeping you up, man.
No, you're good.
I
Gotta go.
Enjoyed the story. I hope you enjoyed the story. Have a good one.
Yeah, I definitely did. All right, stay fresh, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.